Back at it again with another video. Today we will be analyzing the Day of the Dead crosscut sequence in Blood In, Blood Out. It is one of the most disrespectful scenes of Mexican culture, but it is loved by so many people. Today we will be analyzing why people love it and why I hate this scene that disrespects Mexican culture. I'm going to give a general recap on the Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos. I know you and your family may celebrate it differently. If so, that's good. Let me know in the comment section below. The general premise of the holiday is to remember and celebrate our dead in music, food, drinks, family, pictures, stories, flowers, and omens that characterize the people who are being remembered at the altar. It is a time of reflection, happiness, sadness, hope, forgiveness, and grievance. Taylor, the director of Blood In, Blood Out, incorporated this rich tradition in the movie, but disrespected it. You may be thinking, how? No, this movie didn't disrespect Dia de los Muertos. This movie's perfect. It represents my Mexican tradition so well. Well, let's analyze this sequence, and perhaps by the end of the video, you may change your mind. Now let's recap the definition of crosscut. Crosscut is an editing technique in which the camera will cut back and forth between one scene or action and another scene or action. The purpose is to establish a relationship between the two scenes. This editing creates a whole new sequence that gives a whole new meaning. As a result, it is a mix, resulting in sequence C. Now let's look at scene A. The scene starts with a parade with Aztec dancers, drums, and a banner that reads Dia de los Muertos. Crowds cheering, kids running. Then we see the tombstones of people mourning their dead. We see flowers, bread, etc. Cruz is seen pouring a drink and placing boxing gloves in Juanito's tomb. The mom arrives and places flowers. Then they have a moment of growth and forgiveness. Love, grief, happiness, sadness, everything that characterizes Dia de los Muertos.
I'm sorry. Perdóname. I love Juanito. I love them, Mama. Mi carnalito, mi familia. I'm sorry. I missed you.
But no, Taylor had to ruin Dia de los Muertos by using crosscut and connecting Dia de los Muertos and the Aztec parade dancing with the prison killing scene. Now let's think to ourselves, what is Taylor's goal in establishing a relationship between Dia de los Muertos and a prison killing scene? Taylor used scene A, which is the Aztec dance carnival scene during Dia de los Muertos, and intertwined it with scene B, located in prison, with inmates carrying out assassinations and double crossings. What relationship did he form there, in the minds of us as the viewers, or in the minds of people that perhaps view the movie without any background on what Dia de los Muertos really is? Imagine being an outsider, not being Latino, Mexican, or Hispanic, not knowing anything about Dia de los Muertos and the rich tradition. You might think to yourself, oh, Mexicans have this savage tradition where once a year they kill people. Oh, Mexicans worship and love death. Oh, a holiday called Dia de los Muertos is when Mexicans purge and go crazy. And I think to myself, why didn't Taylor just stop? Stop during the scene where Cruz is being reunited with his family. As a result, establishing Dia de los Muertos as a celebration of forgiveness, not vengeance. Now let me give you two quick examples on how a tradition like Dia de los Muertos could be incorporated in other movies that perhaps could have had Mexican or Latino leads. Imagine a Hispanic version of Up, where the story follows a Hispanic couple. They fall in love, get married, can't have kids, they live and grow old, and then eventually die. Now let's see a crosscut sequence. Scene A being the couple. Scene B is the Dia de los Muertos celebration with the Aztec dance. The result establishes the sadness of death, of infertility, of unborn child. along with happiness of life, family, the struggle and hardship, the perseverance of everyday life. Let's see a second example.
Wait a second. Why don't I just find y'all a fourth and we settle this on the streets, huh?
Bring him on.
Anybody I want.
Tráelo.
No matter who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You want to race tonight?
Let's imagine a world where Paco, our Latino Hispanic protagonist, is living in Florida. He's a super fast driver. He gets called into a last minute race on Dia de los Muertos. We then show a crosscut scene. Scene A is of him driving to get to his race. Scene B is footage of Dia de los Muertos. We see Aztec dancers dancing. The resulting relationship between A and B conveys a message of adrenaline, excitement, and potential early death due to high-speed driving. In conclusion, in Blood In, Blood Out, Taylor used a crosscut to mix a rich tradition like Dia de los Muertos to tell a story of assassination, double-crossing in prison. He damaged real culture, and worst of all, we loved him for it. Although my examples may seem ridiculous, it is only to prove that you can create a cross-cut sequence that incorporates a rich tradition like Dia de los Muertos. My question is, why did Taylor decide to choose a prison assassination double-crossing sequence and mix it with Dia de los Muertos? And why do we love him for that? Well, I don't know whether you guys disagree or agree. Let me know in the comment section below.